right, Grant, pre-show shenanigans. I texted you about this the other day because it's the first time that I have seen this sold in stores. This is more so of a video, modality. You probably want to watch this on
Yeah,
YouTube, but
yeah, makes a little bit more
preferred,
sense if you're
preferred.
watching.
But yeah, as I'm showing the camera, it is a Gatorade mashup bottle. It is a sold Gatorade bottle that has two flavors inside. This one is lemon, lime, and orange. Never seen that before. You said that you've seen it before. I've only ever seen it when you make it
Well,
yourself.
I've
It's like
just
when you,
seen it recently.
but I think
Like,
it has to be new. Like I, this
yeah,
is
no,
this
no,
is new.
I've seen it within the past month.
But this is what you know. What I think this gets into a greater debate, Grant, that we've never embraced on this podcast before, and
Wait,
this is
real
making me
quick,
think of this.
yeah, I mean, go on. I also have a new debate, but continue.
This reminds me of when we were a kid. I don't really drink soda now, but when you were kids and you were at McDonald's or In and
Oh,
Out
yeah,
or
dude.
whatever, and you're going up to the soda fountain and you're mixing different sodas in there,
Yeah,
that
so
makes me think, what's the most elite soda mix combo?
so
Uh,
this is one thing which I was not really aware about, but I found this recently. I'm not a big consumer of this beverage, but apparently the Taco Bell Mountain Dew Baja Blast,
yeah,
it's just one third Mountain Dew, one third Sprite, one third Blue Powerade. And somebody
really,
just like got
just made
one
it.
from Taco Bell and then made his own Baja Blast. Blindfold taste test could not tell the difference, but the Mountain Dew Baja Blast looked more clear and appetizing than the
His
mixture.
his
And
murky
because of
water.
that, I am wondering in this process, because like if you just mix a Sprite's in theory visually it's just like carbonated water, so
Yeah,
it
it's clear.
shouldn't make a difference, the Sprite. But it's that Mountain Dew
Well,
Blue
it's also
Powerade
definitely
mixture that
because
becomes that like
they do like
teal
they've got like this
cyan.
they get like the pure syrups that you put in
Well,
with the
yes,
carbonation. So it's got to be that because
yes.
when he's making it, he's just got a little bit of Sprite, a little bit of Mountain Dew, and a little bit of Powerade. He's
Now the
pouring
thing is,
together.
I can neither confirm nor deny if they have a specific Baja Blast Sprout fountain thing,
Sprout.
or if the worker at Taco Bell is literally doing a third, a third, a third. I do not know. I am guessing they have their own individual Mountain Dew Baja Blast fountain dispenser thing. I don't know though, but
I don't.
the Taco Bell Baja Blast looks more turquoise
I
than
will
the
be
do it
honest. I
yourself
don't know the
mixture.
last time I had Taco Bell or a Baja Blast currently.
Yeah, I mean
It
Baja
might
Blast.
be a decade ago.
I mean, just real like this is just something I've become aware of about soda as I have entered the workplace. I have realized that soda is just a very standard thing, just regardless where you're working at. So many people are drinking a DC in the afternoon.
It's big.
But what I didn't realize about Mountain Dew specifically, like I'm thinking back to Undisputed, Skip and Shannon. They would bet on cases of Mountain Dew. And
Okay.
I just looked up a caffeine chart, Everett. I understand why Mountain Dew had a reputation of being like the gaming energy drink. On a per fluid ounce basis, the amount of caffeine in a Mountain Dew is absurd, Everett.
Well, I think that a Red Bull, like a small Red Bull, is maybe 80 milligrams.
Yeah, it's not that crazy.
But I'm saying
You would think
that
it's
is a
more.
caffeine drink.
Well, yeah,
In-
no, that's like a caffeine
in
drink.
a Red Bull is like 80
Oh, yeah.
milligrams.
What I'm stunned is if, for example, the like packaged Starbucks cool coffee drinks. Have you ever seen those?
Yeah,
They come in
they
glass.
come in the glass bottles.
So those have 100 milligrams caffeine.
Okay.
But like it doesn't, like when you drink a Red Bull, you feel the caffeine hit. When you drink that, you like don't feel the like. You get what I'm saying?
It's
Maybe
a little
it's the
spaced
carbonation.
out. It's also definitely the taurine too that's in Red
Well,
Bull.
that is, but it might be the carbonated effect, which makes the Red Bull feel like it's hitting harder than a coffee.
I mean that definitely helps. It's the same reason why if you drink alcohol and you have a carbonated or sugared alcohol beverage, you usually feel alcohol more.
Yeah, I mean, there's essentially a chemical reaction releasing CO2 in your stomach when you drink a soda or just carbonated drinks, correct?
Well, also it's like the like
Sorry to get science on everyone.
Besides,
We didn't mean to do
Bill
that.
Nye got
We
his
apologize.
star
A
on the Walk
Hollywood
of Fame
star,
today, so
which
we kind of have to.
he goes what quadruple platinum in lower school science
That's giving
classes.
him. That's not
Quad
giving him
platinum.
enough
No,
credit.
no, I know. So I was about to say
That's
like I don't
Nona.
know.
We're going Nona platinum,
No, 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 the
Nona
plat
platinum,
nine time
nine
plat right
plat,
there.
nine time plat.
Bill Nye the science guy. But yeah, back to the Gatorade mixtures. Back to the Gatorade mixtures. Back to the Gatorade mixtures.
Yeah.
I've seen this debate a lot recently. I think it was actually a Lamar Jackson blind rank TikTok filter posted on Gatorade's official
like
TikTok,
flavors.
and it's just him blind ranking flavors. And Lamar's going through it, and I could tell the whole time Lamar is saving his number one. He's like,
there's one flavor.
There's one he's just waiting for, and it just doesn't pop up in the ranking. And you could see the disappointment on Lamar's face at the end. He's like, "Whoa, none of these are my number one." Without doubt, FGF, Frost Glacier Freeze, that is the best Gatorade. When you get an ice cold Frost Glacier Freeze, it like arguably tastes like water. How smooth it goes down.
Cool Blue's pretty good too, though.
I think Cool Blue's great. It needs to be cold.
Yeah.
Like, of all the Gatorades that I can drink when it isn't cold, lemon lime is for sure my number one.
Lemon. Hey, let's put it this way. There's
cool lemon lime
flavors,
is the best cool.
The different flavors have different like they have different
temperature
uses.
points.
No, different uses. I'm like lemon. If I'm doing something athletically related, lemon lime. Yeah, lemon lime hits way different.
You can never drink fruit punch in a sporting event. You will have like phlegm in your throat and you'll start coughing.
I don't know if there's ever a circumstance to drink the fruit punch flavor, to be honest.
There's never a situation where you should be choosing to drink a fruit punch.
No, that is like, if it's the last thing in there, give me water. Give me water.
To make a fruit punch Gatorade, that's like the most standard flavor. And it's just, I mean, just real quick, when you think Gatorade, what color do you think? Not what's the best, just when you think Gatorade, what color? Because I think there's a correct answer to this.
It's either lemon lime or orange. I think orange a lot.
Now, I was gonna say orange. I think Yell's the answer. Is it orange because the Gatorade logo is orange and we just unconsciously associate?
Hey, I've embraced debate before on this topic.
I'm a big fan of orange.
I love the orange flavor.
If we're on the classic three, red, yellow, oh my god, orange. It's lemon.
Well, let's do it this way. Orange. Hey, it's there's lemon lime, then there's orange, then there's a pile of trash.
Yeah.
Then there's
lemon lime, it's orange, steep cliff. Like two cliffs.
It is the Billy Bean Moneyball. Then there's the pile of garbage, and then there's fruit punch.
Okay, this has definitely raised a lot of debates just in the sports world. What is your thoughts on the lemon pepino Gatorade? Have you had it?
Talk about the cucumber?
No. Well, I think yes. But it's like lemon pepinos on the name.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Nah.
Because like that's, I would say, is an acquired taste. It's not my cup of tea, but I can understand people.
I personally stick like this. Now, this I had to try. I had to try.
You know what?
For experimentation.
Give us a rating. 1 out of 10.
I mean, I'll be honest. I think lemon, lime, and orange. This might be one of the best combos of Gatorade flavors you could have.
Give us a rating.
I'd give this an 8.4 on the Gatorade scale. This was good. This is good.
Where do you put lemon, lime, and orange separately?
But it's
Where
context.
Do you put them separately? No,
like,
I know.
This one, I feel like I don't need to be doing something athletic to drink this one. Lemon lime, I kind of need to be.
Okay, so
orange, I can have normally, like if I'm just sitting around doing something. But let me
paint you a scenario. It is an afternoon Dodger baseball game. It is the third inning.
Okay.
You have about 45 minutes to an hour left of sunlight before the shade reaches over you. What are you doing for that last hour in the sun? Is this are you gladly signing up for this?
If that's provided, if you give me a cold one of those,
free options of everything. You have that. You have any fountain drink.
I mean, if you give me,
we'll put a beer in there too. Would you pick that? Now, keep in mind, Everett, it is scorching.
It's scorching hot.
And you know there's shade in an hour where you know that beer will be.
What you said?
Better.
Third inning.
It's the third inning. Okay.
Okay, so there's still time before the seventh inning closure.
Oh, you can sneak one in.
I think you need to get some. You need to get some electrolytes in there for the other drinks you're getting before the seventh inning to be ready. That I'm gladly taking. You give me a cold glacier freeze, gladly taking that as well.
Of course.
Lemon lime, I would take, but it's not the first thing on my like. I like lemon lime regardless, but it's the superior drink when you are doing something athletic.
Yeah, so this has kind of been something I've heard recently. I've heard this like a little bit more prevalent in European football. But kind of right now, as it stands for just athletic programs, any sport, college or professional, Gatorade has what 75% of deals, and Powerade's 25%. Like, what would you say the dominance is of Gatorade in this athletic, like partner with a team space? Like every NFL team's Gatorade, right? Like every NBA team, like.
Well, I think that's because it's league sponsored.
No.
College is different. College is Powerade and Gatorade. I don't think Prime has anything in there.
No,
man. But I
like
think
I've just heard
it's very. I think
about
soccer
the sugar levels in Gatorade, and that
Powerade's also really bad.
I bet too. But I've heard it's really standard.
Who's got body armor? Somebody has a body armor sponsorship too. It might be basketball, or
I don't know.
Something.
I don't know, like a university. I have no clue.
I will be honest though.
It would be Auburn though. It would. Be Auburn.
Very much like. I love body armor though. Like if you gave me an orange mango body armor at that baseball game, I'm taking that. I'll be honest.
I became a big fan of body armor, like specifically in high school. Dude.
You could
feel great.
I feel much better, but also very underrated. Give me the kiwi Propel. I want the kiwi strawberry Propel. I'm pretty sure it's strawberry.
You just unlocked a memory. That is the greatest flavor of any energy. Rehydration, not energy drink. Rehydration.
It's amazing.
Drink that and just the classic Propel berry.
I do like the grape one too. Or is that part of the berry? It might be part of the berry. The mixed berry.
The purple label.
Yeah, so I think that's the same. I think it's the same one.
Magenta label.
Yeah, I think it's the same one.
You just unlocked a memory for me though. I mean, Propel was so. I actually had.
They still sell it. Like I've had some the past year.
Now I was like, there was a period of time where I was a very large supporter of the Propel packets. They tasted just like the.
I used to have the Gatorade gummy, like the Gatorade gummy energy.
So those are also coming back. Do those have caffeine in them?
I don't know, but I had them when I played tennis. Like I would rip them before tennis games. Very close. Very close.
They might just be gushers.
Very close. Yeah.
Like
very close.
If they had caffeine in them, that changes my perspective on. But I highly doubt, because that's marketed to kids. So I highly doubt.
I mean, to be fair though, like
caffeine.
It's not marketed to kids. It's marketed as a pre-game, pre-athletic event, like supplement.
Fair, but I mean,
and it says energy on it, so
I know, but I still don't think they have caffeine in them.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, that was the Gatorade rabbit hole.
But let's do this now with Prime, Propel, Body Armor, Gatorade, and Powerade all on the list. Grant, give us a ranking.
Dude, I don't know between berry and strawberry kiwi. It's like really close. I wish I had both in front of me right now.
Do
and I could just
but
remember
as
what it
products,
tastes like, how good it is.
I need a ranking here from you of the superiority of the recovery drinks, I guess.
Nostalgia is weighing heavily in this ranking, but if you put that berry Propel one,
if you put Propel one, I have no qualms.
Dude, that berry Propel has just unlocked
I will be honest.
great experiences.
I think if I ranked
life.
it right now, that kiwi strawberry propel, like, oh my god, I would.
Hey, we all have our favorites.
Yeah,
that might show how great Propel is. That there isn't
probably
a
put Body Armor 1, Propel 2. Propel is a Gatorade subsidy. I'm pretty sure too. So
yes,
but Body Armor 1, Propel 2.
We're talking the throwback Propel when it was untouched.
Okay? Gatorade 3, Powerade 4, Prime, Back of the Bus 5.
What would be? Is there another that we're like?
What's Messi's drink?
Like hydration. We're not even calling that by its name. All right, no.
Hold on. I think that's.
How about Liquid IV? Where
okay.
Liquid IV in there?
Above Prime. But see, this would be a great. This is the Waterboy podcast. This is great content for the Waterboys.
Where would we put TB12 electrolytes on that list?
Oh, one. It's got to be.
Yeah,
it's got to be one.
Oh, yeah.
Just basic Pedialyte. Prime might have basic Pedialyte beat.
Oh, actually, a half Pedialyte, half water though.
But what about just Gatorlyte? Because that's the superior.
That's true.
Thick drink.
Pedialyte, I will always have a deep appreciation for Pedialyte from back in high school.
Oh yeah.
I didn't quite realize, like, okay, real quick before we get to the episode, just it was like accepted, normal, standard for my high school freshman team after practice, drink a little cup, half Pedialyte. Like that was just like encouraged.
Well, yeah, considering you were dying, like you kind of needed to do that so that you wouldn't pass the fuck out.
Well, I was just like, there's been a massive debate from Europeans complaining about the temperatures in the United States and how hot it will be for the players in the World Cup. And Christian Pulisic and Weston McKennie, who are current Americans playing in the top leagues in Europe, they were sitting there just like, Weston McKennie specifically, he's from Texas. He plays midfielder. You're running the whole game. So he's from Texas. And he's just like, yeah, any European match like actually doesn't even hold the jock strap of what my JV high school games used to be and how hot it was. So he's like, I never want to hear. Keep in mind, this dude's American midfielder. He's probably like, I don't even know if he starts on the team. He might be the 15th best player on this team. Everyone else is a top, high paid, 9-figure worth European guy. And he's just like, all of you are just like light years ahead of me. And I never want to hear any of you complain about anything again for the rest of your life. Like you're complaining about like 82-degree weather. Like you guys don't understand what a summer, like Texas soccer game is like when it's 100. And like you quite literally need to spend your day before hydrating, or else like you are in health.
Hydrate or die.
You're at risk of poor health. But yeah, that's gonna do the pre-show. Wow, what great content there. But without further ado, snaps. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today is episode 334. And there are too many injuries in the NFL, Everett. We are officially in the danger twilight zone region of the NFL season, where this NFL product
the whole week is
actually
spooky. The whole week is now the witching hour. It's not just the fourth quarter. It's just the NFL is the witching hour.
Honestly, we are just in a witching hour period. Week 4, a bit of a natural witching hour.
And we're also getting into the October part of the we're getting the real witching hour here.
And just real quick, a message to the Waterboy faithful right now. We are, I believe, 9 days away from the greatest month of sports of the entire season. When October 1st hits, or October as a month, not on October 1st, NBA doesn't. But in that month, you will have every single sport on. Only month throughout the year. Well, yeah, no, only month throughout the year.
Because football's not, well, unless you count the XFL, but
I was about to go there. I stopped myself. But it's the only month where you'll have all 4 sports. So take it all in, soak it all up. And also for the college football people out there, every team will only have 3 games in October, because what should be the 4th October, that Saturday is November 1st. So everyone technically has 5 November games. November 1st is one of the dates. It's October. But just when we're looking at the calendars, Everett, how unfair is it for South Carolina that they don't get a 4-game October? How unfair is it to the
Honestly,
University
could be very
of South
detrimental
Carolina?
to the
Extremely.
SEC, you know,
I mean, it's really
standings.
unfair and disgusting, gross.
If I was a
Despicable.
Gamecock fan, I would be petitioning right now
Oh yeah, yeah. To add a 31st day in September.
yeah, no, like I'm petitioning to the
Kind of
world
like it's like
at a
round or
whole,
no leap year. Let's add leap year to September instead of
just for
February.
Cocktobers though.
Oh yeah, it's just for
But or maybe we petition to add an extra 30-second day to October, but just make it only for the Gamecocks. Just instead of it saying November 1st on their schedule, just says October 32nd.
Yeah. That's kind of what more so what I'm getting at here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that more so. Like we're not like actually adding a day to the calendar, just like for their
calendar
purposes.
For the November 1st doesn't exist.
For them,
it doesn't exist.
No. Yeah. No. So an interesting week of NFL to say the least. College football, what on paper was not the most enticing weekend. Oh boy, can we just quickly start with college football? I've just got a quick little rundown of everything that happened. I got a one phrase recap for all the top
one
games.
Phrase or one word?
One line on my notes.
Okay.
One bullet. One line max. So
is this a run-on sentence?
You could tell. You'll be able to notice the pauses in between each point.
Okay. All right.
You'll be able to tell. But here's my recap. Shout out to the OG 1-minute recaps who they're gone. But college football, Texas Tech with a statement win on the road. They are the number 1 team in the Big 12. The Luke Farrell Wisconsin experiment somehow resulted in a train wreck, disaster, dumpster fire. Also, side note, hello, Malik Washington, Maryland true freshman quarterback. Did Justin Fields end Clemson in January 2021 when they played each other? Oklahoma pulls past Auburn at home. If Jackson Arnold could throw the ball, Auburn would be a really good football team if Jackson Arnold could throw a football.
It's a big ass.
Hello, Trinidad Chambliss. What a name. Oh, my goodness. Nebraska is still a joke. Dylan Raiola thinks he's Patrick Mahomes when if he just played like a boring system quarterback, it'd be a lot better. Indiana steamrolls Illinois. This team is clearly better than last year's team that made the playoffs. Wow, who would have thought? And USC's offense is pretty damn good. We're not going to discredit any of our Waterboy guys on here, but Everett, it seems to me that the USC Trojans really want to play for Jaden Mayava, if you get what I'm saying. It seems like they really want to play for him, if you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Oh, well, no, I am. Trust me, I am.
But yeah, that was my
need to do a wellness check over there. Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I have to comment about my game is that, per usual, Lane Kiffin is very unprofessional and just,
what do you do? I didn't even notice.
So they had a basketball hoop on their sideline with the Tulane logo decal, where you normally have like not the rim, but the box. Middle of the game, Lane Kiffin's out here helping give alley oops and dunking on the net. Yeah, no, that is just something that's incredibly disrespectful and unprofessional, and that's something that you should not be doing as a head coach in sports, regardless.
No. Yeah,
and it's something that you should get fined for, in my opinion.
I think that's that kind of just like shows the state of Ole Miss as a program compared to some of the other we'll just start keeping the SEC compared to some of the other SEC schools. Like, we could make fun of Brian Kelly, but Brian Kelly would never do that.
No.
No,
it's just also like
Kalen DeBoer would never do that.
I've
Billy Napier would never even dare.
I've had a problem with Ole Miss for a while, and it's been well documented on this podcast, especially if you go back to game weeks when we're recording and we're playing against Ole Miss. But
there's like a certain sort of respect thing.
But like, it's an unspoken rule in sports and in college football specifically. Like, you don't like You don't necessarily try to run up the score when it's like 2 minutes left or something like that. And there are people who
You
break
should
those
not be
rules.
running up the score in college football like
Like
that.
there are people who do. Normally, the normal culprit is the same one that I'm currently complaining about.
Well, yeah, I mean, certain situations it could be different. Like the Ohio State year, that first playoff, they need to get into the playoff, so that's a different
Yeah.
situation.
Or like maybe you have a rivalry and there's already bad blood. Like I get it. This is not that. This is not that. And it's just like,
yeah, and I do not want to discredit Tulane. Tulane is a very good program. But it's just like, dude, come on. Like you're gonna be sitting there celebrating like that on the sideline. Like
even like that, but it's
even if you were beating like Bama, come on. You shouldn't be celebrating like
no,
that.
it doesn't matter. Like yeah, the score is
it
was like
doesn't
45-3 or something at that point. Like, yeah, I mean it doesn't matter, but like just coach the damn game. Like you don't need to be going about and doing all that. Your players want to, cool. Like that's their players, that reflects upon you, but as a coach, you shouldn't be fucking doing that. Like I don't know if I've seen a single coach do that before in my life.
Yeah, like even Deion Sanders wouldn't be celebrating on the sideline.
No, so he'd actually probably chew the fuck out of his players if they did that.
He probably would.
Like,
but no, yeah, like I think it's just you like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Like that program, how it's ran right now, it's not like that surprising. That's kind of how they're acting. Just if you just look at how they are, like, and we'll get into a bit with Clemson too, but it seems like Lane's like built on a lot of excuses, and I think that
100%.
passes down to his players. I think it bleeds off into the culture of his team, and like for example, like Dabo right now, like Dabo's. I'm not sure if you've seen these sound bites, Everett, but he's been making a lot of headlines complaining about like expectations of Clemson, and he's saying like, oh, I bet 98% of Power 5 schools would die to have my on-field results since I took over. And it's just like, Dabo, you're right. Yeah, like a majority of programs would trade in what they have for what you do at Clemson, sure, but you are Clemson. Like you aren't compared. There's
always
to
been
just
expectations.
Like because of what you've done, giving you credit here because of the success you've had, yeah, you're going to be held to a higher standard. Like what? Like that, it was great. Those comments.
He's also set those standards for himself by saying that he doesn't need the transfer portal. He doesn't need
he's created this on his own, and now he's just like lashing out. But also, Cade Klubnik's response. They're asking Cade Klubnik post game, and the first thing he does is complain about Syracuse defensive players faking injuries, which, okay, that is a problem. Sure. I'll need to go back and rewatch and see if it was actually happening or not. I don't know. But even if they were doing that, you cannot be like leading your press conference interview.
No.
He wasn't
making excuses about it. Like that.
He just brought it up naturally, like as a reason to explain why they weren't finding success. And it's like, you could tell that has seeped down into the culture in that locker room to make excuses. It has seeped down from the head coach onto the players that if we lose, it's not our fault. We got cheated, which is that's not a good strategy for long-term success.
Yeah.
Not a good strategy. Sometimes it's fine to be wrong. It's sometimes okay to be bad in certain things. But yeah, Clemson officially
it's
done.
Over. Hey, ACC between Miami and FSU now. Big game coming up here in Tallahassee pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, they are the two favorites, and I do think they also play each other 100%. They have to be playing each other, right?
No, they do. They play in Tallahassee. Oh, okay. I don't know. This year they're playing in Tally this year. Like, well, I was just wondering,
like, is that an ACC protected? Like, is that their protected rivalry?
I don't know, idea. But I think that sounds right. Well, that sounds right.
Also in ACC news, they announced beginning 26-27, they will be 9 conference game. with one out of conference in those three out of conference, guaranteed one Power Four opponent, just kind of what everyone's doing. And what made me most interested when I read that, Everett, is that in that agreement, they announced the 5+11 model. So 5 conference champs are in, no buys guaranteed. 5 conference champs are in, and then the next 11 highest ranked teams for 16. But they also subtly announced Everett they're going to 16 in 2026.
16?
They essentially 16 team. They essentially announced that today. College football playoff in 2026, 16 teams. They essentially announced that today too, which I was more excited about. But ACC, they have like agreed to some protection type thing. The 5+11 model. That's what it's going to be considered now. Awful terminology. 5+11. We got to get something better than that, boys. But other exciting news. Texas Tech statement win. I didn't expect them to blow over Utah like that. They are now in the driver's seat. They control their own destiny. If they went out there, they're in. Luke Farrell, Wisconsin experiment. I want to spend a little bit of time on this because it extends a little bit into some overall college football head coach, Coach Carousel discussion. But I'm like actually stunned how that resulted in disaster. When that hire was made, I think a lot of people are saying it's one of the best hires of that whole offseason in terms of fit, what they've done previously, I'm
not like,
it's Wisconsin.
I'm just like, I was just talking to one of my friends earlier because obviously that came out of our conference. It came out of the American with Cincinnati. And obviously Cincinnati had a massive winning streak. Like the American wasn't this, it was better than it is now. It was Houston, UCF, SMU, Cincinnati, and Tulane, obviously that Cotton Bowl year. But what I will say is the coaching that is required out of the teams in that conference is not on the same standard as the Big Ten and is easier to recruit into Cincinnati than it is into Wisconsin.
When they were a part of the AAC.
Yes, because he was in Cincinnati when they were still part of the American. True. They left after he left.
Yeah. I think a lot of it was, that playoff run they went on with Sauce, Ritter.
And Desmond, yep.
That old team. So obviously that helps a lot, but I didn't expect it to go this poorly. Like the big problem with Fick was when he took over, he tried to change the identity of Wisconsin. He tried to go air raid, try to throw the ball, sling it around. What makes the reason why Wisconsin has been such a dominant, power running football team is because like that's your recruiting base.
Right.
Like the strengths of your recruiting base are going to be those Midwestern linemen. Like that's who you're going to be able to constantly recruit and get year after year. It's those big boys in the Midwest. And when you go away from that, try to be something or try to establish a new identity that you aren't. And I'm not giving him guff for that. From the perspective of like, how am I going to make Wisconsin a national champion threat? Like, I actually agree. Like, when I look at those past Wisconsin teams pre-Fickell, who were really good, solid teams, what they were missing was that quarterback and those receivers, athletes on the outside. They had the backs in place. They're running back factory. That was never a problem. It was receivers and that quarterback position. And from that perspective, I understand why he wants to focus on that, give Wisconsin a passing attack. But by doing so, now 2-3 years later, there's now no identity on the Wisconsin Badgers offense. They can't run like they should, and they can't pass like they want to. So now they just have no identity, and they're just a football team that goes by the Wisconsin Badgers. But I'm not sure what's the next destination for Luke Fickell. I really don't know. What would Cincinnati just take him back? Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, they might fire. They might fire their current coach. And if they do that, it's very, very possible.
I think that'd be best case, actually. Just
I would assume that he's in a position where they fire him, a G5 team, especially G5 team, would hire him to be a head coach.
100%.
I don't think
100%.
that he would go to be a coordinator anywhere, really.
Yeah, I'd kind of be surprised if he did.
I
I
can't
mean,
really see
hey,
that.
I'll be honest. Ohio State's gonna have a DC opening. Come home.
They
You
will.
know,
They
now
will.
that you bring that up, I can really see that one. I could really
I
see that.
just Luke
Now that you
Fickell to
bring that
me
up,
is just like
if
I
he
just
doesn't
see him
have a solid head coach option,
right. Like
obviously it's not his first choice to be the Ohio State DC. I'm not claiming
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But
No, yeah, I
like
agree.
if the available options aren't great,
I
that's
mean,
not the
like let's put it
worst
this
idea
way.
for him. If
Let's
he
put it
does
this way.
really well,
Like
then he'll get
If
a
Cincinnati's available, obviously take that. But if like
take that. Yeah.
let's say UAB fires Trent Dilfer and he gets the job offer,
I don't know if he's taking that.
I would take the DC at Ohio State over a UAB head
Let me
coaching
do a
job
good job, DC, Ohio State, and then
and
go
get a
get a
better
Power Five
job.
job
Yeah,
the year after.
exactly. Like it doesn't it wouldn't make sense to me to do it the other way.
No, yeah, I think it's quite literally Cincy or nothing because I don't see a Power Five school giving him an offer. So I'm assuming it's Cincy or nothing.
Well, since he's a Power Five school, but
Correct, but
yeah,
slightly different because he was there before.
right. But I think out of G5 schools, the top G5 schools obviously are not going to have openings unless one of those coaches get poached. And in that circumstance, like maybe he would take an offer, but like if
I think we
JMU
just hit
had
it.
if JMU had an opening, no. If Tulsa had an opening,
I think we
no.
just hit it right there. It's Cincinnati or is the DC of Ohio State? I think we just hit it.
I think if Memphis's head coaching job opens up, like if they get poached or like Summerall
Maybe.
leaves or something like that, maybe like Kentucky also is a potential avenue. Like Kentucky could be
Well,
a
the thing
team.
about Kentucky, with Stoops right now, I Stoops side got a pretty solid contract, and I haven't brought this up on here because we don't want to ruffle any feathers, but I've heard there's a certain coach in South region who's been linked to Kentucky.
Yeah, so here's the deal with that. Let me clarify this.
But I think Stoops didn't get A&M. A&M boosters found out it was going to be Stoops. They complained all over 24/7 message boards, and they don't hire Stoops. When the deal was done, Everett, it was done. Stoops was going to be the A&M head coach. If I'm Kentucky, I don't know if I'm walking away from Stoops right now. His buyout's pretty large, and they need to invest in basketball right now. Everett, they just bought out
true.
Cal.
That's true.
And
I will just add though,
they gotta focus on basketball first.
With Summerall though, like he has come out and said himself, he was like, "Look, I've seen all the Kentucky stuff, but like just so you guys know, I'm more New Orleans than I am more Kentucky." I met my wife. I married my wife in New Orleans. He had his kids in New Orleans. He started his coaching job in New Orleans. Like he is more New Orleans, and he has said he's more New Orleans than he is Kentucky.
I think from Tulane fan POV, I think for this cycle, I don't think he'd be there.
I'm not. I'm really
fired.
I'm not super concerned about Summerall going anywhere really this offseason. But in the future, I mean, we'll see. It's going to be hard to keep up unless they move to a Power Four conference. But yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything else game wise or like
my last little thing I wanted to specifically address was Nebraska, Dylan Raiola, Matt Rhule, year 3, specifically Raiola. I think because he's at Nebraska and he is the star of that football team. Okay, because of that, and his uncle's the O-line coach, I believe, for the Cornhuskers. His uncle Donovan Raiola, he used to be an NFL lineman for years. He got Dylan to come. It's his nephew. I think there's some ego problems here because I saw a lot of Ohio State fans just being like, "Thank goodness he did not come to Ohio State. Thank goodness he decommitted, and we don't need to deal with this problem." I think if Raiola played for Ohio State right now, it'd be way different. Because he is not the guy. If he was on Ohio State right now, he would not be the best player. Jeremiah Smith would be. So, he would not get all this hype. He'd still have hype.
You think he'd still be acting like Mahomes?
No. At Ohio State, no. I don't think so.
First thing
get bullied.
First thing that happens when they get in there, they're shaving his head.
They better.
Taking the Mahomes cut off.
But I could tell Nebraska, the way Raiola sits back there, It is a perfectly clean pocket. He has all day to throw. He has receivers open down the field, and he will just purposely throw flat-footed, off-platform sidearm to make it look cool, and then just miss the throw. When if he was just a classic system quarterback, boring quarter, if he was just Mac Jones back there, Everett, he'd be pretty good. But he needs to be Mahomes every play. He needs the sidearm angle. He needs the arm slots. It's like, no, dude, just hit the 8-yard in. Hit him in the numbers and bullet that shit in. What are we doing? And like, I'd be infuriated right now if I was a Nebraska fan watching this, because clearly Matt Rhule lets him do it.
Hey, but he said that he's upset that everybody's comparing him to Mahomes.
I think he also said, like, I don't know why people are doing it. It's like, really? You don't know? Really?
No idea.
You don't know? What are we doing? I have no problem with like having favorite players, wanting to be like them. No problem. But when you just clearly are copying them down to their pregame, down to he literally copies Mahomes after Mahomes throws a pick, hand on the help. Like he literally copies him everything, word for word, bar for bar, except strip sacking the guy who just recovered the ball. That was still just.
Or taking out your own players' knees.
Yesterday. Yeah, Raiola hasn't quite gotten there yet to take out his star receiver's entire knee. Somehow the ACL stayed intact. The devil works for the Chiefs, Everett. But very interesting how they allow him to be like that. It's clear that they just don't do anything about it. Matt Rhule's just like, it's Dylan.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, so that's a disaster train wreck dumpster fire. But also Indiana.
You a little scared over there?
Oh goodness. We don't play. Indiana's got an excellent schedule this year. All right. Don't play Ohio State. They got a nice looking schedule. Hey, they can throw. Mendoza's nice. Mendoza can sling it. Like it would not shock me, because of the current quarterbacks who we thought were going to go early were underperforming. Like if you were telling me Mendoza like 26, like how
Mendoza 100%.
Not surprising me at all.
I've seen a lot of talk lately where he can be a first round quarterback. I mean, beating Illinois by 53 points is.
Yeah, he's big, strong arm. Like he has the tangibles. All right.
Grant, he
looks the part.
Sorry. Starting to sound like
no,
you're starting to sound like talking about Paxton Lynch.
No. He can like make football throws. He's accurate, Everett.
Paxton Lynch wasn't bad in Memphis. Shouldn't have been a first round quarterback, but he wasn't bad.
Yeah, I think Fernando Mendoza's got a higher ceiling.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But yeah, I mean, they play Oregon and Penn State. Those are really the only games left on their schedule, and you could lose both of those and still make the playoffs. So, yeah, 100%.
And what are those roads looking like at an Oregon, at a Penn State?
At Oregon, at Penn State, both at.
Ooh, double ats. Okay.
Yeah. They have a stretch here at Iowa, at Oregon, then 2 home games versus Michigan State and UCLA. Then back-to-back at Maryland, at Penn State, wrap it up with Wisconsin at home, and then at Purdue.
Well, Maryland's now a bit of a bit.
They're a little frisky. They're a little
Wisconsin's
frisky.
Bad. Don't get me wrong, but
Michigan State's not bad
awful.
either.
They're better than they were last year. They're better than they were last year.
Yeah.
They got really, really, really unlucky with some injuries in this past game. I was also just aware. I became aware of this, but like Michigan State was just the most hurt team in the Big Ten last year. And it hasn't ended. They're still like even more banged up right now through 4 weeks.
They've been putting on a solid fight so far. They haven't really played anybody besides USC, and they lost that game, but it wasn't like it was a massive blowout. It was 14 points.
I think Aiden Childs is kind of flying a bit under the radar. I'm not saying he's like a top 3 quarterback in the Big Ten, but Aiden Childs can do some damage back there. He's not going to the draft right now or anything, but
no, yeah, but
hey, Aiden Childs, it's not like he's a detriment to the team. He is no. Yeah, he has a positive war. Okay, if it was baseball. He has a positive WAR.
Okay.
But yeah, that's college football. On to the National Football League. The injuries are bad.
It's gotten ridiculous. Like I don't understand how, like, what the problem is this season.
I don't know. I think, well, there's a lot of season endings. I also think that a lot of teams are just kind of being like cautious right now. Like, let's say the Bengals, for example. If T. Higgins, Jamar, Chase Brown, Hendrickson, even Shamar Stewart, I guess, is involved in that now too. Any of their stars, if they feel the slightest bit banged up, not 100%, like,
they won't play
on the IR.
Yeah, they won't play.
What we're not risking you for this, So I wonder if some teams are just being a little conservative early on. They're just playing on the safe side. Like, I personally think it's a little too early to be rushing dudes to be playing at like 80-75%. Like, why do that?
It's this early in the season, especially because like the distribution of the games so far, like, I mean, everybody is kind of like, it's across the board. Like, there's not a huge separation between, like, the Browns just beat Packers, Grant. Like, what are we doing?
Oh yeah. It's a very strange situation to be at right now with how the NFL works. But I think it's just a friendly reminder that in this league, it is any given Sunday. The gap between the best teams in the NFL and the bottom,
well, it's also like
not that big.
The Cowboys almost beat the Eagles week 1, albeit no Jordan Davis, but almost beat the Eagles week 1, and the Bears absolutely eviscerated the Cowboys this week after getting eviscerated last week by the Lions, who got eviscerated by the Packers, who lost to the Browns. Like, what are we?
The Falcons had a nice win against you guys 2 weeks ago, and then they just got BTA'd by the Panthers.
Yep, so 0-30. Actually,
I mean, that's a belt. That's a belt, Everett. That's a BTA.
That is a BTA. But
this league, it doesn't really make sense. We're seeing a lot of belts. Okay, 240, 440 burgers last week.
I mean, the Vikings could have put up 50. They could have put up 50. They could have put up 50.
Oh, I bet. But unlike Lane Kiffin, we're not.
Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell has some human decency and respect. So
yeah. Also, it's just like NFL. It's like just every team in the fourth quarter, regardless of like how much you have a lead, and you're in the fourth, it's run pass. If you have a lead in the fourth, it's run pass.
Yes,
run pass.
100%.
If good enough, run.
Unless you're Ben Johnson and the Lions in the fourth quarter.
But like, I swear, the fourth quarter NFL, it's so predictable because every coach does the exact same thing. If you're playing from behind, you are selling out, stop the run, you stop it, you get the ball back, and then boom, we march down the field. They're in prevent, we just check down Charlie the whole drive. And then if you're on defense, it's just, or you're on offense milking out, it's just run. If it's the third manageable, run it again, try to get it, or we pass it and boom, punt.
Yeah.
It's just like clockwork, there's no thinking when it's end of game situations.
I mean, general injury wise right now, let's just look at some names here. Nick Bosa is out for the season, ACL injury. CeeDee Lamb could be on IR, out for at least probably 5 weeks. Similar injury to what JJ McCarthy has. JJ McCarthy's out through at least the bye, I think like week 6, week 7. Donovan Jackson, rookie tackle for the rookie guard for the Vikings, also out till week 7. You then have Joe Burrow, who's out for 3 months. You have
for the year. Why would they bring him back?
Probably. You have Brock Purdy, who's just coming back. You have, or might be coming back. You have Jaden Daniels.
That's an example of, for our sake, our long-term happiness watching the Niners, let Mac Jones cook until Brock is fully good. Okay.
You have
Mac Jones is fine. Like,
you have Jaden Daniels, who might be out for another week or two. Khalil Mack is out. Najee Harris out for the season. Terry McLaurin's hurt, could come back, might not be. Mike Evans hamstring injury. Like I mean, the list just goes on and on. So
Yeah, James Conner, you said that. James
James,
Conner out
I
for the
didn't
year?
say James Conner yet,
All
but
right,
James
James
Conner
Conner
out for the
out for the
season.
year.
Yeah.
Despite beforehand quite literally never having an injury in his career after joining the Los Angeles Chargers, Najee Harris has had an eye accident and
Yep.
tore his Achilles.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's just
that's
it's a
interesting.
complete disaster right now. George Kittle also out right now. We had a scare with what's his name? We had a scare with Tucker Kraft earlier in the week. Like
Oh
he
yeah,
almost
Jane
tore his
Daniels is
ACL.
just like hurt right now still.
Yep. Yep.
Too
Yep.
many.
Way too many
Too many,
players.
too much. And I was thinking about this recently with my brother Everett. From a pure Roger Goodell NFL perspective, business perspective, the only asset that like you can't replace just casually is starting quarterback. Every other
Yeah.
asset you could replace. Starting quarterback, you can't. If the starting quarterback gets hurt, that's the number one way to drop ratings is if the backup quarterbacks are playing. That's the number one way to drop ratings.
Vikings ratings didn't drop this week. I'll tell you that much.
In Minnesota, nationwide, they fell off a cliff like within 20 minutes game time.
Well, also
and that's
to be fair, the Vikings with like 2 minutes up left in the second quarter, like the Vikings were up 34-3. So
yeah, like that, those are poor ratings. But the starting quarterback is the one thing that you can't fix. And so, Everett, moving forward, for our sake as NFL fans, okay, there's no bias involved. Well, the bias is us as consumers watching the NFL. That's what I'm looking out for here. I fully support any and all rule changes moving forward that protects quarterbacks in any way, shape, or form.
Except for the tush push.
Yeah, well, that's not necessarily protecting Jalen Hurts. That's protecting the Eagles. But any move protecting quarterbacks moving forward and quarterback safety, I fully support.
What if they just said quarterbacks get a red jersey for the rest of the season? You can't touch the quarterback. No sacks.
I'm cool with it.
No sacks.
I'm cool with that reality.
That's a bit much.
One day we may have to get there. And if that's what it will take to confirm that the best quarterbacks in the NFL do not go out for the year after week 2, then so be it.
All right. I mean,
it's just you're like if the Chargers weren't 3-0 right now, my NFL interest is
you're just concerned that if Herbert gets hurt, then whole fucking season's out the window.
Well, he will get hurt. It's the Chargers. I mean, there's no way he's going through the year healthy. I don't think he's ever gone through an NFL season without an injury report. He's quite literally
injury report, but he's played NFL seasons while hurt though. Like
no, I know, but you can see right now when he isn't hurt, Herbert's special. A special player when he's healthy.
Yeah, he's a special boy.
Things change when he gets banged up.
He played all last season. He plays
different when he's I know, but he's hurt the whole year. He's been hurt the last 4 years.
Well, he played all last year. He missed the back end of 2023.
He wasn't himself.
He played all of 2022.
Yesterday, Herbert is stepping up in the pocket, staying in there, making throws, waiting, taking hits because he's fully healthy. When he's not fully healthy, that ball gets zipped out there. Oh, well, I'm not getting looked at today if my leg doesn't feel good. Hell no, ball's getting out, coach. But because he's healthy, he'll sit back there and take a shot.
Grant, I guess I have a quarterback stat then for us that's just kind of related to not necessarily Herbert, but kind of related to injuries and just general poverty quarterback teams.
All right.
Okay, Grant. Different week 1 starting quarterbacks over the last 30 seasons for every NFL team. This is the number of quarterbacks over the last 30 seasons that different NFL teams have had.
All right, let's hear it.
Do you want me to start from the worst or the best?
Do you just have the number?
I have the number. I have the total
What is the
number.
Let's start there.
How many each team?
Just total.
Oh,
I could divide by 32 in my head.
Oh, I mean, I would have to do the full math of starting quarterbacks over
Oh, so we
30.
don't. Okay, that's what
I
I
have
was asking.
independent. I have independent teams.
Brown's got to be one, right?
Yeah, they have the most at 19.
How
But
much more than the second? Wait,
one,
it's only nine. Oh,
they've only had 19 over 30 years. But I mean, you'll be shocked. So let's just quickly go through this because obviously this is something that I don't
and
think
it's
we need to
week
spend a lot.
one starting quarterback,
Week one
not
starting
starting
quarter,
quarterbacks you
week
ever
one
had over
starting
the past
quarterbacks for the
30.
last 30 years, Grant. So the worst teams,
Chargers might have two
Browns are at
that one
19,
year.
Broncos are 18, Jets are 17, Commanders are 17, Raiders are 16, Cardinals are 15, Bills 14. I also have what this frequency adds out to as well. So like it's saying like Bills at 14 is like one new quarterback every 2.1 years. So like that's kind of where we're at here. Browns are one new quarterback every 1.5 years. So um but Bears are at 14, Bucks at 13, Rams at 12, Vikings at 12, Panthers at 12, 49ers at 11, Dolphins at 11, Saints at 11, Colts at 11, Chiefs at 10, Texans at 10, Bengals at 10, Ravens at 10, Eagles at 10, Titans at 10, Seahawks at 9, Jaguars at 8, Chargers at 8, Falcons at 8, Steelers at 8, Lions at 7, Giants at 7, Cowboys at 6, Patriots at 6, Green Bay Packers at 3 quarterbacks over the last
Yeah,
30
Packers
years.
makes. Yeah, I was gonna guess Packers. I was also gonna say it makes a lot of sense. The Chargers are pretty down there.
Philip
Um,
Rivers playing for a long time, and like Drew Brees, I guess didn't really play. He played for a couple seasons, but
yeah, he would
um,
have counted in that list for the last
before
30.
before before then, like I guess Tyrod Taylor technically started the opening season of
Well, I
Herbert's
think they
rookie
may
season.
just they might just count that as Herbert.
No, it is literally week one starter. Like if Herbert starts
Her-
multiple years, then like he'll count one, but like they will get one for
Tyrod never.
Tyrod, Tyrod.
He
But
was
yeah,
he was named the starter. He wasn't
he.
the starting quarterback in the game.
I
He
think
got
that
his
he
lung
played week
punctured.
one.
No, he did not.
He didn't play week
It
one.
was week one, right
Okay,
before
so
kickoff of
then
week
it's
one.
just been
Justin
Herbert. So
Herbert's
then it's just
rookie
been Herbert.
season.
I couldn't remember
Tyrod
if it was week
Taylor
one or
is
week
the
two.
starting quarterback.
I thought it was like
Tyrod
week
Taylor
two.
is the starting quarterback of the Chargers that year. Team doctor punctures Tyrod Taylor's lung, I don't know, 5 minutes before kickoff week one. Justin, you're starting. And he never looked back.
Yeah.
That's how Justin Herbert became the
So
starter.
then it would just be Herbert. Yeah,
Yeah.
it would just be Herbert.
I was thinking that might have been two.
It counts for two because of the fact that it was on the game.
Yeah, Tyrod was named the starting quarterback for the year.
What is most surprising to me, the Jaguars are at 8. The Jaguars are very low.
It's how long was Blake Bortles in Jacksonville?
Like 5 years.
Based on that, it seems like he was 7 years strong. Like
yeah.
Like 2012 to 2018.
Steelers. That
I get sounds right.
And really, the Steelers having so many is from right after Big Ben retired. It really is just
no, yeah. Like I thought it made like. Where's Colts on that?
Colts at 11.
Recently, the past 6 years have screwed it, but
11. But Peyton Manning
to Luck,
yeah. But then Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers, Anthony Richardson.
I mean, that's just something
Daniel
we brought
Jones.
up many times on the podcast. Just household franchise Qs retiring, and we're just into a new era of football. Like there was 20 years ago. If you told me that like 16 of the 32 NFL starting quarterbacks were in a stretch of like 8+ straight years for that team. Like you told me half the league had guys who were about in some midst of being the franchise Qs. Like that sounds correct. You told me half the NFL 20 years ago like had a clear, this is our quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that adds up. That sounds about right. But yeah, we are in a weird era of NFL football when it comes down to that. I guess if we're talking about a game, well, Eagles Rams will still be game of the week over tonight's Monday Night Football, Lions Ravens. I want to say, but
I mean it's pretty hard to top what happened in that game. But
yeah, I'm very excited for this game. The Lions Ravens, do not get me wrong. But how it's gone so far, like, dude, everything's on the table. Blowout either way, close game. Everything is on the table for this one.
Unless you really want me to talk about the Vikings, I'm just going to give out a shout out. I'm just going to give out 2 shout outs real quick. One to Will Reichard, franchise record field goal, 62 yards, set a franchise record. And then also Isaiah Rodgers, pick six, three forced fumble recovery for a touchdown, uh, two deflected passes when thrown at him, a pass breakup, like unbelievable. So,
well, right now I want to talk about this Eagles Rams game.
I just need to give my shout outs in.
I hate the broadcast. I believe Olsen was calling it. Who was calling that game?
I believe it was.
I think it was Olsen calling it.
Yeah.
I hate how Greg Olsen had to address on the broadcast how the Rams defending the Eagles, it's unlike any other team because of the tush push. It's essentially 8-yard first downs. Okay, it's essentially that's what you're defending, 8 yards. If they get to 3rd and 2, tush push, first down. If it's third and 1, tush push, first down.
I just like
so you're playing for 8.
The refs or the NFL said that they were going to be stricter on calling false starts on the tush push this week.
They're not.
No, not on the Eagles. They did on the Saints. They called it on the Saints.
They're not going to do it like
no.
They're getting if it's 3rd and 1, they get a first down. Okay, so now you have to coach against that. Okay, well, when we get to the offseason, we'll discuss potentially getting for this football season, Everett, the tush push exists. And if the Eagles are in 3rd and 1, it's a first down. So you're defending 8 yards. If they get to 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, it's a first down. So you're defending 8. And also because of that, like that changes everything. Any zone you ever thought of, like sitting at the sticks, was sitting there on 3rd down. Nope, move that up. Move that up a bit now. It changes how you play defense, how you defend them, because they get into 3rd and short, it's a first down automatically. And that's what bothers me the most about it. Defending the Eagles, it's a different sport.
No, yeah,
it's no longer football. It's a different sport now. Yeah. So that's what bothers me.
I mean, the whole tush push was invented out of rugby too. Like that came, I'm pretty sure, from Jordan Mailata.
That's a rugby scrum play right there.
Yeah.
But we're not here to talk about rugby. The tush push, I'm now on the side of banning it because of this issue. The Eagles play for 8 yards now. And like that to me is not football.
Yeah, I also think that if you can't officiate a play properly, why is the play allowed?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Also, if you're not going to consistently officiate it the same way, why is it allowed?
I mean, it's a shame on the was it the Packers who proposed to ban it, right?
So yeah,
and they're the only them, but they're also using injuries as the reason. Really,
they're also the only team that successfully prevented the tush push too. They're like legitimately the only team.
But injuries, Everett, do you know how many players have been injured on the tush push?
Whopping 0.
Nope.
0 players.
So that can't be. You can't possibly use that as.
I think that we have a good enough reason now going into this next offseason. But
it's like if only they had that. If only they did that earlier.
What's this? Is this the 4th year of the tush push now?
As long as Sirianni's been there, I think. So. Yeah. 3 or 4. That sounds right.
Yeah, that does sound about right.
It's
about to be.
No, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous at this point. The offside's what bothers me the most. But
yeah,
I hate how we have to defend 8 yard. It's 8-yard first downs. They're the only team where they're on a 1st and 8. What? Like what?
Like I'm fully like in agreement. Like if one team just runs a play better than everybody else, cool. Like I get it because you're successful at it. But it's different when it's this situation where it's
in a short yard and
it's not just that. It is your team's allowed to false start. It's not officiated the same way. You're allowed to be offsides and be over the ball. Like it makes no fucking sense. And like. It's also we have the whole Reggie Bush, the Bush push. Like
what I was under the impression after that there was a rule made where no player can intentionally push a player from behind to gain yardage. Now that doesn't include a lineman pushing the pile over in the middle of the field. They're not saying that. What they're saying is in a QB sneak situation, you literally have a player designated. His role on the play is to push the guy in. That's not allowed. That's what happened in 2005. We were 3 and 4 years old. That's what I thought was the thing 20 years ago, at least. Clearly, things have changed. But I mean, I hate to be old man stickler for rules, but what is that? Like, what? Like, if a team did that in Pee Wee football, off, false start, offside, like, they're flagging the shit out of you if you do that in Pee Wee. So why in the NFL is it okay?
Yeah,
make that make sense. But yeah, a bad end for the Rams. Also, in that witching hour, 2 blocked field goals in the span of like 4 minutes, real life time. Is there like a blocked field goal pandemic going on? what is there like a some type of contagious bug going around of getting field goals blocked? Like, and they are getting blocked a gap. Like,
yeah.
I used to be I don't know. I'll be honest. Man on the inside on PAT. Your only job is nobody comes a gap. That's the shortest distance.
I'll be honest. I was not watching the noon slate because of my game. So I didn't exactly see it happen.
You missed out on a witching hour, Everett.
I heard. Yeah, I did hear. I did hear.
It was the most insane thing I've ever seen. We get 2 blocked field goals. One of them gets returned for a touchdown.
The Jordan Davis
cover
one.
Eagles 3.5.
Yep.
Oh my!
That I did hear, and I saw the replay of.
Nuts. But I've just never seen that many like special teams blunders. I will also say, what I am excited is how popular returns are. A lot of teams are like literally trading for kick returners, and the new kickoff rules. There's some guys who are like averaging returns to the 35.
Oh yeah,
it is definitely that makes it more exciting.
It is definitely there's more returns, but at the same time, like when you start at the 30-yard line, like I guess there's more incentive for the kickers to kick it within the zone, so you don't start at the 30.
Yeah,
at the same time,
kick it to the returner.
At the same time, those kick returns are getting further because those players are not allowed to start running until you catch the ball. So it's a little bit of a weird dichotomy. I think I've said on this podcast before, I would rather have the only kickoff rules, and I like that more, like, because I felt like it's more exciting when you have a kick returner return a kick with the old playoff rules, like way more exciting. And I get the health side of it, but I get the health side of it.
Well, they read the health thing a lot, and a lot of bad injuries happen on that play. Guys are running full speed. Punt is significantly more dangerous. Significantly more dangerous. Punt is the most dangerous play in football. When you go from blocking to getting in a lane, running downfield, and you're defending, that's the number one way that you literally get your head taken off by a guy who becomes the blocker and is now allowed to lay you out.
You get blindsided.
When that happened, when that switch, when you're now on defense and their offense, for the psychopaths out there on punt return, that's green flags in their head. I get to kill. I get to hit. So I get to smack right now. So if you care about player safety, you make a modification to punt. I don't think they can. You can't modify. You can't modify punt to make it more safe. Like,
not really. No,
you can't. Like,
it would basically be that nobody's
from the line of scrimmage.
It would basically be nobody's allowed to move until the punter has kicked the ball, and at that point,
also that would give such an unfair advantage to the return.
Exactly, because they're going to be able to run up like 15 yards to the point that the people come back. So I mean, it literally is either that or it's just like, oh, you're at the 20-yard line. Okay, if you instead of punting at 60 yards, we're going to just give it to the other team on the opposite 20.
Well, that or
just flip the field.
Let's say you're on your own 25 punting.
Yep.
Punter, you're on the 25. You're punting. The line of scrimmage, you guys get moved in the middle on like the 50, 40-yard line. And they do it like that. But
that or it's just like
a live offensive play, in my opinion.
It's that
the ball needs to be snapped.
Or the punter gets to punt, but it's wherever the ball first lands, and there's no kick return or nothing. It's just the punter out there by themselves, just fucking nuke it. Where the ball lands, where it hits the ground.
Like it's a punt pass.
Where the ball hits the ground is where you're
that
spotted.
would ruin the beautiful game. If that occurred, I would become an old lad right now.
You're yelling at the
game's gone.
Game's gone.
Well, where's the game gone, mate?
Where's the game I loved?
I don't know, Eric. It's the funniest video. Where's the game gone? I don't know, Gaffer. Those blokes, man, they get me every single time.
Right.
Yeah, but my Los Angeles Chargers are 3-0 for the first time since 2001. And Everett, I'm not gonna make a rash claim. I'm not saying he's elite. I'm not saying he's better than Zay Flowers or Jordan Addison. I'm not saying that. But Quentin Johnson Everett is an NFL starting caliber wide receiver.
All I'm gonna say, and I have it is on record.
Wide receiver.
It is on record on the podcast. When that concussion happened, before he even took another snap, I told you, I asked you, Grant, is he going to have the Joe Burrow experience that he can catch finally? And I don't think it clicked in your head the first time I said it. Then I think I said it again. No, you're like, I don't know. I
think at that point,
100%.
I was so closed-minded.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. You're like, there's no way. You said, I think you quite literally said, you know what? He just has an uncurable disease of catching the ball right in the hands.
No. Yeah, he has an uncurable disease of hits him in the perfect place syndrome. Hits him in the worst place syndrome. Worst place to get thrown a football as a wide receiver. Right in the worst possible place you can get the ball.
He has figured it out a little bit. It's a year of surprises out of the Chargers. Greg Roman being a pass first offense.
For the first time in his life.
QJ being a capable wide receiver. Najee Harris having the first injury ever in his career.
Quite literally. He was Iron Man pre-Chargers. Then he becomes a pirate and then tears his Achilles.
Rashawn Slater going out with injury, you thinking the season's over, and then you starting off the way that you have. So
that's how it used to be. Yeah. That's how it used to be. We have one key guy out for the year preseason, and it already started.
We got a big game in a couple weeks here, a Waterboy rivalry game. It's going to be one for the ages, hopefully.
I'm just saying the upcoming schedule for my team, Everett. Listen to this: at Giants, and Jackson Dart may be getting his first NFL start.
That's not bad.
So at Giants, Washington at home the week after. I don't know if Jay Daniels is playing or not.
Yeah.
Then at Miami.
Okay.
Colts at home. And then Vikings. But
I mean, it is very, very possible to be undefeated going into the Minnesota game. It's very possible.
I'm thinking 5-1. Go 2-1 in their next 3 going into that.
I think that if
or 3-1 in their next 4.
We'll see. It's if Indiana Jones turns back into a pumpkin, or if this is really how he is.
I think Indiana Jones is likely to go back to being a pumpkin. That's a new one. But
it's like Cinderella at midnight.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of early season hot streak, maybe a bit like a call up relief pitcher where you don't quite got the film and the tape on Danny.
I mean, Joe Flacco did kind of have his second half season rejuvenation the other year.
He is
so it's
awful
possible.
At football now, though.
But
the Ohio State Browns
that was 2 years ago.
That
was 2 years ago. Give him a little bit of credit. He's 2 years older now.
They're done with Flacco, my Ohio State Brownies. They are done.
But
it is a brutal year for my Ohio State fans when it becomes Sunday. Everett.
If
it is spooky right now in the Ohio State rooms.
It's bad. But if Jaden Daniels is out, win that game versus Mariota. If who's the other team that also might have somebody out that you're supposed to play? Who's the other team?
Well, so it might be Dart's first start.
Oh, that's who it was. Yeah, if Dart start, same thing. By the way, Chiefs look horrendous this year. Horrendous. Hey, so
we did it, boys. I'm not saying no. I almost caught myself. No, I'm not celebrating until it happens.
You also Rashee Rice still's got to come back, Rand. And if they still look like this after he's back, then you have some room. But
But I need to see it.
yeah, no, I mean it's very, very, very possible. Don't hold your breath, but it is definitely very
Oh,
possible
I'm
that you
breathing.
guys
Deep breaths.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, Chargers have been arguably the biggest surprise, maybe right behind Indiana
Colts.
Jones. Maybe right
Colts are a
behind
bigger
Indiana
surprise. Yeah.
Jones. Also, the Texans being this bad, very surprising. I don't. It could just you're talking about the other week their run game. It could really be the run game. I don't know. CJ looks like
We're
he's
talking
seeing
Texans,
ghosts.
not Chargers, correct?
Texans,
So
yeah.
as you say, Chargers, run game. Let's get that shit fixed, boys.
That too, but the Texans literally look anemic, and I don't know if
I do think it was
seeing
Tank.
ghosts.
I think it was Tank.
Joe Mixon, if it's Tank, I don't know what it is. Something needs to be fixed. Like we should look at the stat comparison. We need to look at the stat comparison.
If he's got two guys out there, Everett, it's just you cannot only take away Nico. And like CJ is not a first read, one read guy. He does read the field, but to read the whole field and have it be successful, you need multiple receivers out there, not just one, Everett. So yeah, he's gonna need a little more weapons.
But they look bad. Don't even get me started on the Jaguars. It's like I don't know what's going on in Atlanta. I don't know what's going on. Like the Steelers should have lost that game to the Patriots. So I've been told. Like,
what did Trevion Henderson do to Mike Vrabel?
I don't know. What did Bill Krosky Merritt do to Cliff Kingsbury? Because he got outsnapped by, I'm pretty sure, Mariota and by Chris Rodriguez. So
Mariota makes sense.
Mariota running attempts, rushing attempts.
Oh, that's weird. Mariota got more rushing attempts than Bill. That's weird. Well, I wasn't watching that, but my only explanation is they were kind of destroying the Raiders, and
I mean also RB by committee.
Bill hurt too.
A little RB by committee.
James already hurt. We're not getting Bill hurt too. Whoa.
But this is so like the Eagles also, for as much as we complain about the tush push, they don't look like they're an unstoppable force.
Yeah, I mean that defense has problems.
Like that literally,
defense has issues. And Puka, bro, when Puka's healthy, Everett, like I'm concerned about Puka's long-term health because he is so physical.
Grant, I'll be
constantly breaking tackles.
I'll be honest.
Guys,
quite literally, there are two teams right now, three teams technically, that look like potential unstoppable forces. That is the Buffalo Bills. That is your Los Angeles Chargers.
I don't think we look unstoppable.
Saying could be. I'm saying could be an unstoppable force because it has to be a 3-0 team.
Sure.
Bills.
I don't think.
But Grant, the last team that I put there, and like we were talking about, I don't know how long it's going to last. It's the Indianapolis Colts. They're up
it's
there.
Not like
they're there.
The other thing, it's like Bucks right now. They're 3-0,
but they
have been in the most exciting games of the year. Well, last score Baker. We got to go Bake right now.
They've won by one possession each of these games. They've won by 3 or less points in each of these games.
Everett, the Broncos and Chiefs exist, but they are tied for the third lowest point differential for positive point differential teams.
But I mean, like 49ers, I'm not giving it to them. Like they're lucky to be 3-0 right now. They're cakewalk start of the year. Bucks have been close games. Eagles don't look like they could have lost very easily, barring.
Well, I say Bills maybe, but I mean that defense isn't like shut down to me. Like I think the answer is there's none.
There's none.
There is not a juggernaut. Juggernaut.
Yes, juggernaut in the NFL. In the NFL.
We do not have a.
Yeah, I would say like across bottom to top of the board here, outside of the Dolphins, honestly, just the Dolphins. Every team has looked competent in some capacity this year.
Even the Dolphins have looked confident to a degree. They were in a one-score game with the Bills on Thursday night.
Yeah, I guess yes, yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'm giving
even
them
2 weeks ago.
Credit.
Dolphins were putting up.
I'm not giving them enough credit. I'm not giving them enough credit. Every team in the NFL has looked confident at some point, and there's been top to bottom. Like you have, like we were talking about earlier.
Except the New Orleans Saints.
They've been in close games, Grant. They've been in close games. Last week was bad, but they almost beat the 49ers and they almost beat the Cardinals. So Give them a little bit of a break.
Close,
But
but it's like I
Grant,
still have no
this is what I
respect
was
for them.
saying earlier.
I'll be honest, I don't.
This is what I was saying earlier though. The Bears destroyed the Cowboys. Cowboys played it really
I
close
didn't know that was
against,
in their capabilities, but yeah.
but like Cowboys played it really close versus the Eagles. Bears got decimated by the Lions, who got decimated by the Packers, who lost to the Browns. Like the Giants almost beat the Chiefs. We got top to bottom. The Falcons pummeled the Vikings. The Vikings pummeled the Bengals, and the Panthers pummeled the Falcons this week. Like top to bottom, it is really anybody's league right now.
Yeah, it's a bad year to be a fan of the transitive property. It is a tough year to be a fan of the transitive property.
Yeah.
This one's gonna be difficult. Yeah, no, we can't even necessarily say the Giants. They're putting it up with the boys for a sec. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and so the Jets too. The Jets were putting it up nice with the Steelers start of the year. Like last 2 weeks have been rough.
Justin Fields in the game.
But
they put up 30 points against the Unction. So
like really, really, like the Titans have had close-ish games. Really just that week one, but some iron out some kinks too. Like it's like, and we talk about any given Sunday, it quite literally is. But I mean, you got anything else? This game starts here in a couple of minutes, so
not necessarily anything else. Just I think this is going to be a strange year of NFL football. I think we may see some brand new Super Bowl teams. Like we may get funky this year, Everett. We might get funky.
Chargers making it. Bills make it for the first time.
Bills, or Ravens.
NFC, I have no
Which
idea.
Is, quote, funky. Bills and Ravens with the Chiefs are the three favorites. So I'm not
NFC, I really have no idea. But the Bucks always find a way in October and
I think
January.
I'm really not against December. The Rams push this year. I know they lost that game to the Eagles, but
no, I mean that was also there. Like that's not something that's going to happen multiple times. Like they had that game. Like it's not something that's going to happen more than one game. I shouldn't say multiple
was shorter
times.
Than the Browns field goal, and the Browns nailed it. And
yeah.
So,
but yeah, with that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening, raise 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and on Instagram at WaterboyPod. You can follow me and Grant on Twitter at Everett6 at WaterboyGrant. We post new episodes every week on YouTube and all podcast platforms. So make sure to subscribe, turn notifications, don't miss a single episode. We also post exclusive content on TikTok and on Instagram as well. So make sure to check us out there. So you don't miss anything else. And with that, see you guys next episode. Waterboys out.